Good evening. Welcome to the day 45 of our UGC-NET Paper I class. Today we have arrived at the conclusion of the Unit 9. So chronologically we are at the Unit 8. So in People, Development and Environment, we are going to see the remaining portion, that is natural hazards and disasters and their mitigation strategies. Then what are the different acts and treaties which have been taken? Environmental Protection Act, National Action Plan on Climate Change, all those things we will see in the upcoming slides. So before entering into the topic, we have to have a clear idea about what is a natural hazard, what is a natural disaster, and then the term mitigation. So first is natural hazard. So natural hazards and natural disasters are related but not the same. So natural hazards are naturally occurring physical phenomena caused by atmospheric, geologic and hydrologic processes. So example, earthquakes, floods, cyclones. So a natural hazard is the threat of an event that will likely have a negative impact. So these natural hazards are extreme events that occur in nature, like earthquake, hurricanes and all those things, which can be dangerous for people, animals and the environment. So how they are caused? They are caused by the natural causes like tectonic movements, weather patterns or changes in the earth's surface that are accountable for the happening of these events. So some hazards are predictable while others come as a surprise. So natural hazard என்னன்னா ஒரு பூகம்பமோ ஒரு சம்பவம் நடக்குதுன்னா that particular incident is known as natural hazard. So then what is a natural disaster? So இப்ப அந்த சம்பவம் நடந்துச்சு பாத்தீங்களா, அந்த சம்பவத்தினால பொதுமக்களுக்கும் மற்ற உயிரினங்களுக்கும் சுற்றுச்சூழலுக்கும் ஏதேனும் பாதிப்பு வந்தா அது நேச்சுரல் டிசாஸ்டர். So natural disasters occur when natural hazards cause significant damage to life, property or the environment due to human vulnerability. So அதுக்கு தான் disaster equal to hazard into vulnerability அப்படின்றாங்க. So natural hazards become disasters if they cause serious damage to the property, the environment and human life. So for instance, இங்க ஒரு example கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. For instance, an earthquake might be a natural hazard but might become a disaster if it destroys buildings with a large number of injuries and death. So in some cases, we can reduce the impact of these hazards by building stronger structures or having early warning systems in place. நம்ம அதாவது போதிய ஏற்பாடுகள் நம்ம பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கோம்னா இதை நம்மளால குறைக்க முடியும், முழுசா தடுக்க முடியாது. So there are still many unpredictable factors that can turn a natural hazard into a disaster despite advances in technology. So I hope natural hazardக்கும் natural disasterக்கும் difference புரிஞ்சிருக்கும். So now going on to the mitigation. So mitigation அப்படின்னா என்னன்னா, mitigation refers to actions and measures taken to reduce or minimize the impacts of natural hazards. So whatever the steps we are undertaking or making to prevent the or reduce the damage of the natural hazard, that is known as mitigation. So mitigation strategies can include a range of activities such as risk assessment, land use planning, structural measures, early warning systems, education and awareness programs, ecosystem management, insurance and financial strategies, and international cooperation. So lastly, mitigation involves actions and strategies aimed at minimizing the negative effects of natural hazards. So இப்போ என்னன்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, I think you guys might have watched the film Endran. So in that Endran, one song is the Kilimanjaro, Kilimanjaro. In I don't know what it is in other languages. So on the partla pathina, the location at which the song was shot, is Machu Picchu. So Machu Picchu is a very famous tourist spot in that country. I think it is in Peru. I'm not exactly sure whether it is Argentina or Peru. There, the number of people being gathered at a particular place in any region, whole of region, would be limited, because putting pressure or increasing more weightage on a particular area might change the geographical structure of that particular place. அதாவது அந்த இடத்துல வந்து ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் இடத்துல நிறைய பேருக்கு மேல நிக்கிறதுக்கு அலோடு கிடையாது. That's why you may see in that song so many sequences in that song where either the hero and heroine only will be there, or very limited number. We can count them in with fingers itself. That is either 5 or 6 only. So large scale ஒரு 10 பேர் 20 பேர் இருக்கிறதே பாத்தீங்கன்னா அவங்க வந்து டோட்டலா அந்த ஹில் ஷேப் மாதிரி இருக்கிற இடத்தை தாண்டி தூர தள்ளி தான் இருப்பாங்க. So that is the main thing. So there they are preventing the accumulation of people by preventing them. They are averting the risk of changing the or damaging the geographical condition of that particular place. So இதுதான் வந்து அங்க mitigation policy. So இது மாதிரி we can see so many things in and around us. So நம்ம தடுப்புன்னு ஏற்படுத்துற எல்லாமே a kind of mitigation process only. So அப்படின்னும் போது இது இந்த natural hazards க்கு what and all are there, so that we are going to see in the upcoming slides. So first, before going to the mitigation processes, you have to have a clear idea about what are the types of natural hazards. First is geological, then hydrological, then meteorological, and then biological. So geological la enna varudhu, earthquakes, volcanoes, landslides, all those things. Then hydrological, floods, tsunamis, whatever that is related to water, that could be called as hydrological. Then whatever related to the weather conditions, so that is meteorological, cyclones, heat waves, droughts. Then biological la வந்து epidemics, pest infestations. So நம்ம COVID-19 வந்துச்சுல, அது kind of biological hazard. So அதனால ஏற்பட்ட உயிரிழப்புகள்னால that became a biological disaster. So again அது இல்லாம there is a different type of categorization is there. See here, natural, man-made. In natural itself, meteorological, geophysical. So other base பண்ணி there are certain what to say, the mitigation processes, methods are described. But இது ஏன் நம்ம இதை focus பண்ணல? Why we are only focusing on the natural thing? Because man-made disaster could be averted by the man itself. So ஒரு terrorist attack வந்து நம்ம போதிய நடவடிக்கைகள் எடுத்து முன்னாடி தடுக்கலாம், அல்லது தீவிரவாதிகளே இல்ல அப்படின்னா அவங்க மனம் மாறிட்டாங்கன்னா there won't be any terrorist attack. So all these things are caused by the human, either knowingly or unknowingly. So if they are careful enough, they can avert this kind of disaster. But these things are totally not in the human control. So that's why we are focusing on the only natural type of disasters or hazards. So first is geological hazards and their mitigation. So இதுக்கு அப்புறம் வர எல்லா ஸ்லைட்ஸுமே I have given in the format of this only. So tablet column only. Why? Because there are so many types are there. So some structural mitigation and then non-structural mitigation. So I don't want you guys to miss out anything. So இது ஜெனரலா சொல்லிடுறேன், கொஞ்சம் ஃபாஸ்டா போற மாதிரி இருந்தா ஸ்டாப் பண்ணுங்க. We will go take it slow. So first is earthquake. So earthquake ஓட description என்ன? பூமி அதிருது due to seismic activity. Seismic activity na கீழே undergroundly tectonic plates are there. That particular tectonic plates might move. Because of that particular movement, we get a earthquake. So structural mitigation enna பண்ணலாம்? Earthquake resistant buildings, then retrofitting old structures, use of shock absorbers, base isolation. So இந்த மாதிரி இதெல்லாம் ஸ்ட்ரக்சரலா நம்ம கட்டுறதுல போது ஏற்பாடுகள் பண்ணலாம். Then what about non-structural mitigation, seismic zoning and land use planning? Then strict building codes, earthquake drills and public awareness. இப்போ strict building codes எப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, again I am giving you an example from a movie, ரமணா படம் விஜயகாந்த் அவர்களோடது பார்த்திருப்பீங்கன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். So in that movie, in the flashback sequence, when they are constructing a bridge or overbridge nearby, due to the construction heaviness, the buildings or the apartments nearby would collapse. Why? Because they have not strictly followed the building codes there. So that's why following the strict building codes, earthquake drills and public awareness, all these things should be taken as a non-structural mitigation for earthquake. So அதே மாதிரி தான் volcano, slide, landslide, tsunami, all these things are there. So ஒன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா volcanoல lava diversion barriers, then monitoring stations for volcanic activity. அப்ப அடுத்து இதுல பாத்தீங்கன்னா நான் ஸ்ட்ரக்சரல்ல ஹசார்ட் ஜோனேஷன் மேப்ஸ். ஸோ ஒரு வல்கானோ பிளாஸ்ட் ஆகுது அல்ல எரப்ட் ஆகுதுன்னா ஹவு லாங் ஆர் டு வாட் டிஸ்டன்ஸ் இட் மைட் இம்பாக்ட், அதெல்லாம் நம்ம வந்து தெரிஞ்சிருக்கணும். ஸோ எவாக்குவேஷன் பிளான்ஸ், இயர்லி வார்னிங் சிஸ்டம்ஸ், இது எல்லாமே வந்து ஐ திங்க் என்விரான்மெண்டல் ஸ்டடிஸ் சின்ன வயசுல நம்ம படிச்சதுல இருக்கும். ஸோ வி ஆர் ஜஸ்ட் ரிப்பீட்டிங் இட். ஸோ ஜஸ்ட் நோ தட் லேண்ட்ஸ்லைட், சுனாமி, சாயில் லிக்விஃபேக்ஷன், சிங்க்ஹோல்ஸ். சாயில் லிக்விஃபேக்ஷன்னா ஒரு பூகம்பத்தினால கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா நீங்க இப்படி எடுத்துக்கோங்க, அதாவது the ground disintegrates. ஸோ கிரவுண்ட் வந்து உங்களுக்கு கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா பூகம்பத்தினால சாயில் ஸ்ட்ரென்த் குறைஞ்சி, ஸோ அது வந்து கொஞ்சம் கொஞ்சமா மூழ்கிறது. ஒரு தண்ணி வரத்தோ இல்லை வந்து பூமி ரெண்டா விரிசல் விடுறது, இதெல்லாம் வந்து சாயில் லிக்விஃபேக்ஷன்னால நடக்குது. தென் சிங்க் ஹோல்ஸ், ஸோ கொலாப்ஸ் ஆஃப் சர்ஃபேஸ் லேண்ட் டியூ டு அண்டர் கிரவுண்ட் வாய்ட்ஸ். நம்ம இப்போ இது ரீசெண்டாக நிறைய பார்க்குறோம், ரோடு கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன் இதெல்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா திடீர்னு ஒரு பள்ளம் வந்து ஒரு வெஹிக்கிள் அதில் மாட்டிக்கும், டேமேஜ் ஆகிடும். ஈவன் டு சம் எக்ஸ்டென்ட் பீப்புள் ஆர் டையிங் இன் such kind of sinkholes. Hydrological hazards and their mitigation. So hydrological பார்த்தீங்கன்னா see here tsunami comes under geological as well as hydrological. So ஏன்னா tsunami is caused by the earthquakes, tsunami is caused by the earthquakes, that's why it comes under geological. And then again here also next coastal erosion. So இது வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா கடற்கரை வந்து உள்வாங்குதல் அல்லது மூழ்குதல். So we are experiencing the seashore getting diminished or going inside, so that is coastal erosion. Then urban water logging, so accumulation of water in urban areas due to poor drainage or heavy rainfall. Nowadays in Chennai we are facing, Chennai and many cities, even today I think in California also there was a rain factor. So that kind of thing is known as urban water logging. Then dam failure, so improper construction of dam or overflow of the dam might cause the damage to the structure of the dam which is holding. So when the dam breaks, the water might become a flood, the heavy water could be. So then glacial lake outburst flood, so sudden discharge of water from a glacial lake due to dam collapse, landslide or ice melt. அதாவது there are so many glaciers in the even Himalayas region. So if one such glacier is blasted or melted, that would become a large accumulation of water. So that particular water might cause some of the flooding. So these are the different types of hazards in hydrological hazards. Their mitigation, நான் ஏற்கனவே சொன்ன மாதிரி நல்லா பாத்துங்க. I don't want to read all those things, just I have given the connection with each and everything, so you go through each of these because I don't every single point is would take time. So அதனால நான் கொஞ்சம் ஃபாஸ்டா போற மாதிரி இருக்கும். இதுதான் எல்லா total all slides will be in the tabular format only, so you go through it. So structural mitigationல புயலுக்கு நம்ம என்ன பண்ணலாம், டேம்ஸ் கட்டலாம் ப்ராப்பரா. அண்ட் தென் சுனாமி, sea walls actually tsunami வராம தடுக்கிற மாதிரி sea structure ஒரு சில இடத்துல கட்டிக்கிட்டு வராங்க. Then soil erosionக்கு வந்து beach nourishment, mangrove plantations அதெல்லாம் இருக்கு. Urban waterloggingக்கு proper storm water drainage systems இது எல்லாமே இருக்கணும். Then dam failureக்கு வந்து regular inspection and maintenance. Lastly வந்து draining or reinforcing glacial lakes, barrier walls and controlled outlets இதெல்லாம் வந்து இருக்குது. So these are the hydrological hazards and their mitigation. Now moving on to the meteorological hazards and their mitigation. So meteorological cyclones, tropical storms, draftனா எப்படி சொல்றது, பஞ்சம், வெயில் பஞ்சம், அந்த மாதிரி heat waves, then cold waves, and then thunderstorms and lightnings, hailstorms. ஸோ சைக்ளோன்ஸ் அப்படின்னா என்னன்னா, நார்மலா சுழல் காத்து அடிக்குதுல்ல, அந்த சுழல் காத்து வந்து நல்ல புயல் இதுல நம்ம கண்ட்ரீஸ்ல வந்து குறைவு. ஃபாரின் கண்ட்ரீஸ்ல there are so many such cyclones are happening. So that is one of the prime thing. Then drought is extreme scarcity of water. நான் அதை சொன்ன மாதிரி ஒரே வார்த்தையில பஞ்சம். So that is known as drought. Then heat waves வந்து like in summer time they will say the prolonged or increased temperature of the sun would cause some health issues. Similarly, like heat waves, there are cold waves are also there. These are caused during in the regions like north and aurora lights, all those places. Then thunderstorms and lightning, you know what is this. And then lastly hailstorms, ice katti mala. So nammalukku vandu we are getting a heavy hard hitting rain in the ice cubes in the form of large stones, something like that. So by damaging any vehicle or anything which comes in between its path. So these are the different meteorological hazards and their types. So here I have given the mitigation process. So it is categorized into structural and non-structural. So what are all the things we can do here? Next, biological hazards and their mitigation. So biological hazards வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா, like I said, epidemics and pandemics. So best example is COVID-19. Then vector-borne diseases, that is mosquitoes, ticks na வந்து pain, புழு, அந்த வண்டு மாதிரி இருக்கும், it's known as ticks. So அதனால பரவக்கூடிய மலேரியா, டெங்கு, சிக்குன்குனியா, ஜீகா இது எல்லாமே வந்திருக்கு. நெக்ஸ்ட் zoonotic diseases. Zoonotic diseases means diseases transmitted from animals to humans. So நாய் கடிச்சா rabies, swine flu, nipah flu, avian flu இது எல்லாமே zoonotic diseases. Then foodborne illnesses caused by contaminated food and water. ஸோ நம்ம ஏற்கனவே பார்த்த மாதிரி கெட்டு போன உணவு அல்லது அழுகி போன உணவுகளை உண்பதனால் வரக்கூடிய பிரச்சனைகள், whatever damages. Last is bioterrorism. So intentionally they are launching any viruses and bacteria. We are seeing in science fiction films, no? So like they are well intentionally transmitting the viruses so that it would destroy the population to some extent or to a large extent. So here we have given what are all the mitigation process which could be done structurally and non-structurally. So next comes the different kinds of acts. So first is Environmental Protection Act, EPA 1986. So it was enacted in 19th November and 1986. So what caused this act? Bhopal gas tragedy caused this act to be formed in 1984. La வந்து Bhopal gas tragedy நடந்ததனால because of that they have enacted this particular act. So what is the objective? It is to protect and improve the environment and to prevent hazards to human beings, flora, fauna and property. So key provisions: empowers central government to coordinate actions, prohibits emission, discharge of pollutants beyond standards, authorizes inspection, sampling and penalties. So notable sections, இது வந்து law. The section 3 central government powers, section 7 restriction on pollutant discharge, section 15 penalties, section 19 citizen suits. ஸோ இதுக்கு கீழே வரக்கூடிய என்னென்ன ரூல்ஸ் அண்டர் EPA: hazardous waste rules 1989, biomedical waste rules 2016, e-waste rules 2016, plastic waste rules 2016, noise pollution rules 2000, solid waste rules 2016. So these are the various aspects or features of Environmental Protection Act 1986. Next is National Action Plan on Climate Change, NAPCC, in 2008. So this particular NAPCC we have seen in the previous classes. So I hope you know that. So it was launched by Government of India in 2008. What is the aim of this? It is to outline India's strategy to adapt and to mitigate climate change while achieving sustainable development. So core principles: inclusive growth, technological advancement, energy efficiency and conservation of resources. So இதன் கீழே there are totally 8 missions are there. First is National Solar Mission, then National Mission on Enhanced Energy Efficiency, third one is National Mission on Sustainable Habitat, fourth one is National Water Mission, fifth one is National Mission for Sustaining Himalayan Ecosystem, sixth one National Mission for Green India, then National Mission on Strategic Knowledge for Climate Change, lastly National Bioenergy Mission. So this laterally adds additions include wind and waste to energy efforts. So இந்த எட்டும் NAPCC ல வரக்கூடிய different kinds of missions. So next is Montreal Protocol. So Montreal Protocol why it is happened to phase out ozone depleting substances like CFCs and halons. So இது எப்ப அடாப்ட் பண்றாங்க? First in 1987, but it was came into force by 1989 only. So success rate: most successful global environmental treaty. So it helped in healing the ozone layer. So இதுல India's role: signatory and has phased out major ODSs like CFCs and halons. So இதுல சின்ன amendment பண்ணிருக்காங்க, that is Kigali amendment, to phase down HFCs, non-ODS but potent GHGs. அதாவது ODSs, ozone depleting substances அல்லாமல் அதே சமயத்துல ஆபத்தாக இருக்கக்கூடிய greenhouse gases. So all those things should be phased down. So that is the Kigali amendment in 2016. So next is Rio Earth Summit 1992. So official name பாத்தீங்கன்னா United Nations Conference on Environment and Development. So it was held at Rio de Janeiro in for the period of 3 to 14th June 1992. So theme in sustainable development. So these are the other things. So here I don't want to read each and everything, sorry for that, but I hope you guys understand. All these things are act or else somewhat, how best to say, more like a conference. So in order to mention the conference or acts, I have to provide so many details which I have tried to compile and dial down to this particular tabular column. So these are the certain things, you please go through it. Next, Convention on Biological Diversity, CBD 1992. Here also in Rio Summit 1992 this was taken place. So but it came in force on 29th December 1993. So this was administered by United Nations Environment Program, UNEP. Then the total parties involving in this particular Convention on Biological Diversity is 196 countries, India also included. Then objectives: why this particular convention is formed. So first is conservation of biological diversity, second is sustainable use of biodiversity components, third is fair and equitable sharing of benefits from genetic resources. So there are similarly here there are certain protocols under CBD. First is Cartagena Protocol, which is formed in 2000, then Nagoya Protocol, which is formed in 2010. Now comes Kyoto Protocol. So Kyoto Protocol, see here, it was first originated in 1997 but well established in 2005 only. So this legally binds developed countries to reduce greenhouse gases emissions. So commitment period pathina first வந்து 2008 to 2012, second is 2013 to 2020. So there are certain mechanisms: clean development mechanism, joint implementation, then emissions trading. So இதுல வந்து இந்தியாவுடைய ஸ்டேட்டஸ் பாத்தீங்கன்னா, since it is for developed countries, India is not a developed country. So annexure one, non-annexure one country. So no binding targets but active in CDM projects. Limitations என்னன்னா, not ratified by USA, limited developing country obligations. So next is Paris Agreement. So இதுலயும் அதே மாதிரி தான், they have given the main objective is to limit global temperature is rise to below 2 degrees Celsius, preferably 1.5 degrees Celsius above pre-industrial levels. So இது எதுக்கு பண்றாங்க? reduce emissions intensity of GDP அந்த இதெல்லாம் நடக்குது by 2030. So when it came into force, it was on 4th November 2016. So this is known as Paris Agreement. So last is International Solar Alliance. So this was launched by India and France during the Paris Agreement. So இதுல வந்து இதோட headquarters பாத்தீங்கன்னா குருகிராம், இந்தியா. So this promotes solar energy use among sunshine rich tropical countries between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. So I think we have seen this topic in the yesterday's class. So membership open to all UN members, 100 plus members and signatories. Programs scaling solar applications, financing solar projects, knowledge exchange. Lastly, significance: first treaty based intergovernmental body headquartered in India. So இதெல்லாம் வந்து you can note down if there is a possibility that they might ask these questions in the exam, UGC-NET exam. So I think that's all. So unit 9 is over. So these are some bibliographies. Thank you.